Hello, I'm Wayne Visser and I'm Director of CSR International, and I'm here today in Costa Rica, in San Jose with Will Aiello, who's Director General of Horizontes, Nature Tours. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome to you.
This is your space, so I wanted to ask you then about sustainable tourism in Costa Rica.
Good, excellent. That's a huge question. Let me just start saying a couple things about the country, and maybe with this you will understand a little bit about why sustainable tourism in Costa Rica. Let me just start saying that this is historical. Costa Rica is a land of peace, and also is a land of biodiversity. Combining both things is the perfect mixture of what you need to have in order to develop a different way of tourism. This is what makes Costa Rica like the niche for sustainable tourism at this moment. There was late in the 70s or maybe early in the 80s when our former president Oscar Arias Sanchez at that moment get the Nobel Peace Prize for his work in the whole Central America and trying to get peace in Central America. And as a political well-think strategy, he decided to use this Nobel Peace in order to develop the country in some other things. And one of those things was using nature as part of peace. So he developed this strategy in order to bring Costa Rica to the top level on ecotourism at that moment. So we as Costa Ricans and we as nature lovers and also as peace lovers, we took that initiative as our way of living, as a way to do business. So that's like the essential thing in combining nature, combining peace, combining the sense of the people to do the right things in the right moment, and a political strategy. Mm-hmm. So that makes a perfect combination for a niche of market or a niche of tourism like the sustainable tourism is.
Mm. So can you give us some practical examples of how does this manifest? What does it actually mean in practice to do sustainable tourism?
Maybe the most important thing of this kind of tourism is that the richness flows down, and that's in our case is the case. For example, if you have a small hotel with people around this hotel working for the hotel and using the food that is cultivated around the hotel, and using the labor force around the hotel with a tour operator of Costa Rica bringing people to the hotel and using all these kind of resources around the different activities that are in this place, but is the only way to make that the richness go down. Mm-hmm. So if you ask me how and why, is because most of the people are getting something of the tourism at this moment. And that's like the first. Second one, and again, let me go to what peace means for us. We are very friendly. I don't know if you know that Costa Rica was named the happiest country in the world. That was in May, I remember, something like that. And this is basically because we see in each other a friend. We don't see an enemy. So if we have friends, we want that the wellness is between us or for us. So we try to develop business together. Mm-hmm. And if you are okay, I'm going to be okay. Mm-hmm. So that's part of the idiosyncrasy of the country. Yeah. So I know there's always exceptions to rules, but most of the people think that way. Mm-hmm. And that makes that these kind of things can work better. Yeah. So I don't know if I answered the question right, but I think that's the main point of.
And are there some kind of standards that you work to, or certifications that allow people to recognize that you're doing something different?
Okay, this kind of tourism is also very has a lot of exigencies. No, is very demanding. So you have to it's also excuse me, a top level tourist, the ones that really appreciate what nature is a tourist that has a high level education, also pays for that. So it's very demanding, and in order to comply with this kind of demands, you have to have all your processes in order. So the country developed what we named the Certification for Sustainable Tourism, CST. This is a norm like ISO 25,000 or 14,000, and like some others that are around the world. I can tell you that it's almost at the level of a GRI, because involve not only eco things, involves a lot of social things, involve a lot of political relation things, involve a lot of other things. So these certifications was created in order to you as a company in the country comply with everything that the tourist needs to be achieved in order to have their experience or their adventure in the way they need.
Yeah.
So this CST has been developed very, very strong in the late years. At this moment, the country just made the last evaluation, and we are around almost 200 different companies between hotels and tour operators that we already are certified with the CST, and it's growing, and we believe that in no more than 2 or 3 years there will be almost 1,000 of companies in with that kind of certification. We need to have that again because we want to compete. And in order to compete with other destinations like New Zealand, like Ecuador, or like this kind of countries that offers something similar to us, the only way is to guarantee that what we are doing is in the right way.
Final question. One of the criticisms, I suppose, of the whole tourist industry is that people have to travel a long way, and that creates a carbon footprint. How do you deal with that as part of a sustainable tourism model?
Again, in order to have a right policy, you need to have different things. And in this case, maybe the most important thing is to have government approval or government support. President Arias created 3 years ago a strategy in order to make Costa Rica sea neutral, the first sea neutral country by 2017, I believe, 17, 20, 21, something like that, and that pushed the different industries in order to get the sea neutral issue get on. So we as a tourism were the first that create a strategy. We create the national strategy for carbon sea neutral thing that was like 2 years ago, and the country is perfect for that. And why is perfect? Because again, we love nature, and the first thing that you do in order to mitigate CO2 emissions is to plant a tree. So we love to plant trees, and that's one of the programs that we do every single time, and we push our tourists in order, we push now, but we try to make them to plant a tree. So in every single program that we are developing in this moment, we are considering the footprint. We as a company, in our case, Horizontes Nature Tours, we clean our footprint, inland footprint. So every single tourist that travel with us, they are clean from the land portion. That means that from transportation, from hotels, from different activities, we already clean that. We make a calculation and we clean that.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for sharing your insights with us today.
It was a pleasure.
Good luck with the future.
Thank you very much.